Welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So I hope everybody's doing good today. It's really, really hot here. I know I keep whining about that, but I'm not good with the heat. It just gets hot really fast. We have no transition period, it seems like. So we're gonna grill again and just keep the heat out of the house. I've done some solar cooking and got all of Sage's dog food done for the week outside. Didn't have to heat up anything. If I could solar dishwash my dishes, I would. Anyway, so I'm gonna make a couple of things. I've got a couple of racks of ribs from the lamb that we bought, the grass-fed organic lamb. So I'm gonna go ahead and grill those up. They're tiny and they'll make little fun snacks to have with the salad. And then I've got some elk backstrap, and this is delicious. And so I'm going to do a marinade for that, just a short marinade. I don't want to disrupt the flavor of that beautiful elk meat. And you know it's organic because my husband shot it. Anyway, so we're going to get to making a rub and a marinade, and then we're going to grill. So I hope it brings you along for the ride and you come along and see what's going on. Okay, guys, come on, let's go do it. I am so glad you stayed along for this because you are going to love it. And if you don't, you know, some people don't like lamb, some people don't like elk, and it's okay. You can convert these recipes to a beef recipe if you like, or any other kind of meat. You don't have to make it just stand right here. And so anyway, we love both of them, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So I've got a heaping teaspoon of my homemade garlic powder in that little dish, because these spices are going in the marinade. These spices are it's gonna be a dry rub. So 2 teaspoons in that one, because we love garlic and lamb and garlic. Oh my gosh, perfect. This is Himalayan pink salt. I don't want too much salt. I want just enough to help render the fat without and very little in that one, without changing anything. I don't want to dry it out, obviously. And this is onion powder. Got 2 teaspoons of that in there. Another teaspoon in there. And we've got a teaspoon and a half of thyme. I'm trying to decide if I want thyme on this. Yeah, maybe a little. We'll just put a little bit in on the lamb. This is the lamb, this is the elk. And then, can't have a rub without paprika, right? And a lot of paprika. About 2 tablespoons, I would say. And then, this is a sweet mesquite seasoning that I get. And I just love it. It's so good on so much that I can't tell you. So that's probably 3 tablespoons of that, and a tablespoon in there. And there you go. That's as easy as that gets. I don't know if I could make it any easier. I'm going to take one of these little seafood forks and mix that rub up. That's more than enough for that. Okay. Wow. And this little guy right here, we're just going to mix this up because it's going, you know, I don't see a need to get a new marinade bag. I think there's 1, 2, 3, there's 3 or 4 back straps. And I'm not drinking wine, but this is a Cabernet Sauvignon. That's a wine that we would drink with our meal. I feel like you're going to get the results from a marinade. I mean, the ingredients are super important. So I would not put inexpensive wine in here necessarily. I would put something that I would be willing to drink at the table. But yet it doesn't have to be super expensive either. And then I'm going to dump this whole thing of spices in there, and we're going to give it a massage. Oh, it smells good already. Okay, so I want the marinade to get around all the meat and surround it. And it turns a nice, beautiful purple. And then this is going back in the fridge on a plate, so if it leaks, it doesn't give me any fits. And we're done with that. Now we need our rub to get going here, right? I want to see if I've got a, nope, wrong oil. Let me go grab my oil, and I'll be right back. Hold on, don't go anywhere. I'll be right there. We're not. I've got to go get my oil out of the other room. So I'm going to go grab the olive oil. I apologize for that. I just ran out, and I've got to go in the other pantry and get it. So I'll be right back. I'm back. You know, once every couple of weeks I have to fill my little container with olive oil, and so I don't keep the big gallon jug in the front pantry. And then when I went back there to get it, lo and behold, I had a jar of the roasted garlic flavored olive oil too, and so, or a bottle of it, and so that's what we're going to use. So I'm still going to fill my olive oil, but definitely want to make sure. So these lamb chops, or lamb ribs, and I have to tell you, I've never had lamb ribs before, so I thought, well, it comes with the lamb. better use it. I know we did on that elk, we saved the ribs. A lot of guys will throw them away, and we did not throw them away. We used them, and it really, I mean, they were delicious. It really were. And I don't think that I'm going to pull away this little bit of silver skin here. This lamb is, well, maybe I will. So you kind of, whenever you're doing ribs like this, you're going to want to grab it with a napkin or a paper towel or something, and it'll kind of strip away. Yeah. Let me strip that off. There you go. All right, I feel better. It's so thin that I don't think it would have made a difference, but you know, if I was doing pork, I certainly would get this off there, or beef. There you go. Okay, now, almost. That, it's a layer of sinew that, unless you're cooking these all day, it's not going to break down like other parts of the meat. So you just want to get rid of that. It'll be too chewy, and you won't be happy with your ribs, and you know, it'll be getting caught in your teeth. Nobody likes it. So, now that I've got my hands kind of clean here, I'm going to make a mess again. And I'm probably going to have to leave them out on here. Just going to drizzle down a good amount of olive oil on this side. And on the other side. And this was a young ewe, so a female. I believe they said she was about a year old. So there's a layer of fat here. I want to trim a little bit. You know what? I'm going to let it render. It'll be fine. Okay. So now with my clean hand, I'm going to grab my rub and just give this girl a massage. She needs it. She deserves it. And you don't need a huge thick layer. I've kind of learned my rub down. It doesn't have to be super thick. Just touching all of it, basically, with some layer of flavor is really all you need. So these little ribs, you know, 2 or 3 at a time with a salad are just going to be wonderful. So, and then I have the rest of this rub left for something else. Okay, make sure you get all sides, and it's ready to just sit and wait for the barbecue. Yum! Doesn't that look good? Okay. I'm gonna wash that up, turn you off with my clean hand, and wash up, and we'll get grilling. My grill is smoking hot. I've got it cleaned off as good as it'll get. This grill is about 10 years old, I think, and so I'm due for a new one, but I'm hoping that I get one that I can suitably have some Craycourt grill grates down on there and have that whole system, because it's so impressive and just beautiful, and an investment of a lifetime, so I gotta save my pennies. Okay, and now I'm gonna take those are my ribs up there. I'm gonna have those on indirect heat. They don't need to be down here on the smoke, but my little marinated back straps, yeah, and I cut the ones that I cut these like a filet mignon, really thick, because you don't want to cook wild game meat. If you've never had it, you do not want to overcook it. You will dry it out, and it will be like shoe leather. So, ooh, I can see that red wine on there, and it just looks beautiful. Now, the sunlight's kind of weird this time of day, but well, this time of night, this evening, and it's even weirder. Wow. So we're going to close this up, and I'll bring you back when we're a little further along, maybe when I'm cross-hatching. All right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, so these steaks are about ready to come off, and how I test them is, you know, if you make a fist and you touch a relaxed fist, that's raw meat. Ah, that's hot over the top of that. But if you make a fist and you hold it tight, that's well done. So I just kind of judge by pushing on it. This one here is just about ready. See, it's punching back. I'm going to take that one off. If you overdo, and I already took the other one off, these are still they're close. Like I said, I don't want to overcook it. And then these racks of lamb. Yum. Look at that. Oh, I can't wait for that. So that indirect heat is just fabulous. A couple more minutes on this, and I'm going to take you in, and after I get that elk tented and let it rest for 10 minutes, I'll show you what it looks like. Taking the elk steaks off, they're over resting on a plate that Sage is intently staring at, like she thinks it's her dessert because she already ate dinner. Oh, honey. Anyway, I put the lamb rack down on the direct heat just to help render the fat on the fat cap side. Look at that. Oh my gosh. You gotta love that. I don't want to burn it, but I do want to make sure that it renders out as much of that fat as we can. And then what's left is just like the best ever. I can't even tell you. It's just delicious. Well, I know it's going to be delicious, but there's the steaks. Okay, so we're going to go in the house and plate this up and show you what we got. I don't know. It's going to be a sampler. All right, guys. I'll be right back with the end. Look at that. All that delicious lamb. And I know some of you don't like lamb, or you don't think you've liked lamb, but you haven't had good lamb, because I've had some nasty lamb, and this is just amazing. Okay, so I'm going to slice up some of this beautiful backstrap. I have brushed it with one of my homemade jellies. I love the sweet and hot chili sauce on a lot of things, and so I put it down over this, and it is phenomenal. So I'm going to take this nice big backstrap fillet, and it's got a crust on it, so you're going to break through that crust before you get into the meat, which is really tender. And this has had a chance to rest. You can see how beautiful medium rare that is. Oh, I hope you can see that, because it's just to die for. And you're going to cut so you're going against the grain, because if you go with the grain, all you're going to do is make a stringy, tough piece of meat out of whatever you've got. It doesn't matter what kind of animal it is, it's going to happen. And kind of wish I would have put this on the cutting board with the big knife, because the big sharp knife works really good. One more, and then we'll put some lamb chops on there and give you a taste test, because I think you need to subscribe to Taste-O-Vision, because whoever can invent that is going to be the next millionaire. Just saying. And I've got a couple little ribs here. They're beautiful. Oh my gosh. Don't they look good? I think we need a picture of that. I don't know. What do you think? Looks delicious. Let me take you over and see what we got here. It does look good. Okay, so I'm going to taste the elk for you right now. Remember, it's got that sauce on top. Which piece do I want? I want to take a big giant piece here. We'll take a rather thin piece so I can chew it and move on. Wow, look how beautiful that is. Oh yeah, you need Taste-O-Vision. Huh. Yum. It's such a sweet, non-gamey meat. I don't know. I have beef that has a little deeper flavor, I think, than elk. Elk tend to gravitate towards sweet young grasses, so the meat is going to be sweeter. And this definitely is. And this was a bull, and the cows usually, because they're the cows usually, because they're feeding calves and stuff, have to stay in the really good feed, where the bulls will move out of the area if they don't feel comfortable, you know, when it's not in the rut season. So right now I'm going to move on to the little, oh my gosh, little lamb ribs. These look amazing. Okay, so hope you can see that. Just a little tiny thing. And the fat cap rendered down through the meat, I'm sure. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's so tender and juicy. And that tastes so good. You know it's got to be a sometimes meal because it's delicious. Anyways, I hope it inspires you. I hope that, you know, during these hot summer months, you get outside and start grilling, and you're inspired to watch some more of my videos. I hope if you like this, you give me a thumbs up, and if you really like it, go ahead and post it on your Facebook, Google+, or Twitter, and share it with others. And you know what? Give everybody out there, I challenge you to give everybody that you watch a video of today a thumbs up. All right, guys. God bless.